evening, I'm Sirine Demachkie. It's a race to the finish line with the grand final just over a week away. And in tonight's penultimate episode of the NPL live show, I'm joined by long-serving star attacker Franco Parisi from the 2017 Premiership-winning Apia Leichhardt Tigers. But first, a quick look at the highlights from week 2 of the final series.
It was week 2 in the PlayStation 4 National Premier League's New South Wales men's semi-finals, and things were well and truly heating up. Having lost to Rockdale in the opening week, Blacktown City now face Manly United in an elimination final. Manly looked to have kicked up a gear since the beginning of the finals, and they took an early lead through Dylan McAllister.
Things, Matsura. Oh, it's opened up. Chance for McAllister! It's 1-0 to Manly!
Once on top, Manly never looked like conceding, no matter how hard City pushed. Marco Sema sent Blacktown City crashing out of 2017 with a goal in the 85th minute.
Lovely turn, Marco Sema! He makes it 2! And surely now there'll be no coming back from that.
Blacktown City's championship defence might be shattered, but they finally got one over Apia on Wednesday night in the FFA Cup. The game finished 3-1 with Gibbs adding another 2 FFA Cup goals to his tally. That win saw them draw the Western Sydney Wanderers in the quarterfinals. Any doubt over the week's rest doing more harm than good quickly evaporated at Lambert Park. It was the Sean Simmons show, with the star winger having a hand in 3 of the 5 goals they inflicted on Rockdale.
Looked great, perhaps a second for Apia. Can you find the service? It's a great ball in! Oh, they have the second! And it's Jordan Murray! And it is the perfect start for Apia! And I've mentioned it.
The Suns just couldn't match it with the Tigers and now travel to Cromer Park this Saturday with their season on the line against Manly United. That was the week that was. See you next time.
Franco, thank you for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your win. Major semi-final win against the Rockdale City Suns. 5-0, and that was quite a game. How was it? How was it for you?
Great feeling. Again, for us as a team, every game that we win is something special. The score for us doesn't really matter. 5 goals isn't what we're looking at for us to get to the grand final. So had it been 1-0, had it been a penalty shootout, whatever it is, we're glad to have the week off to relax and refocus and regroup for the grand final, and then we've got some time to prepare for who that's going to be. So we know it's either Rockdale or Manly, so good luck to both teams this weekend. We don't mind who we play. We don't have a preference or a fear factor in either way. We're happy to enjoy our week. We're going to be working very hard this weekend. We've got a Friday night session and a Saturday afternoon, so a lot of people have been asking me, you're going to have the weekend off? We're like, well, not yet. We're going to have plenty of weekends off coming up. Not right now. Right now is the time to focus.
No time for rest at the
moment.
moment.
To prepare. So the 5-0 we've let go. We've enjoyed the moment of qualifying, but we weren't getting too carried away that the goal difference, the score line was a little bit, nice, but not for us to get too excited.
Well, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done. Absolutely. And look, this race to the finish is intense for Apia. 2017 Premiership winners. First title in 30 years, Franco, and the grand final next week. How does it all feel?
We've been saying all year we need to stay humble. We've been running a running joke to be humble, and there's some people in the league that like using this phrase, be humble, and for us that's been really true, that we are humble.
Yeah.
I'll keep using that word, but so for us to achieve that, it's been a lot of team bonding, a lot of harmony. So from very early on, we've worked closely as a group. We will call each other outside of training sessions. We will meet up. Guys are having breakfast or dinners in and around it. And that's something you don't feel often in a group. It's not something that comes naturally to young guys that come from all over. We've got players from Wollongong, we've got players that live north of the bridge. And everyone comes together as one group. So for us, this achievement, it brings in more than just the results, just football. It's life experiences, and we're really happy with that.
And consistency, it sounds like, as well.
Yep, and that comes with it, because every week we're there fighting for each other. Every week we want to be there and support the next guy. And that doesn't happen just by rocking up and saying, oh, we've done a bit of work this week, we'll be right. It's, well, what are you doing? What am I doing? How does that come together?
Well, it's about what's next, isn't it? Yeah, and keep pushing toward it. So what has the response been like, taking all of that into consideration? What's the response been like from fans, from friends, from family, from your club?
It's been amazing. So Apia has a long history, and in the area, I've grown up in the Leichhardt area, Haberfield. I know a lot of people. So since maybe 8-9 rounds ago, it's become really exciting.
Yeah.
I will go to the local shops, or I will get phone calls, or I'll see people in a work capacity, and they're like, "I've been following your games. You guys are doing really well." So it's that old saying, a successful team will get people out of the woodworks. But it's really great to see there are genuine supporters still live and active in that. And what's really helped is the exposure through shows like this, Facebook, all the highlight series. People are sharing them very easy on the phone. So it's been a lot easier to grab a bigger fan base. And for us, we're enjoying it because years have gone by where we've done well, but no one really knows unless they're reading the local courier or they're coming out to the stadium or they're a friend of a friend. No one is aware, but the touch points of social media, everyone's across it. I'll go into the office at work on a Monday morning. Everyone knows the result. Everyone knows who scored. Everyone knows how many games we have left. Can we win it? Where we come in? Yeah.
Well, reflecting a little on the Westfield FFA Cup round of 16. Yeah. So, the 3-1 loss for Apia against, can we call them your rivals? It kind of feels like that lately. Blacktown City. Tell us about that game and what do you think let the team down?
Yeah, so it was rivals. So up until, this is the 4th time we've played them, and had they qualified for the major semi and the grand final, we were likely to play them 6 times this year. So it's ended at 4, 3 for us, 1 for them. The score on Tuesday night was the reverse, 3 goals for them, 1 for us. We were leading 1-0 and we were confident the way we were playing, we were happy. At some point, they did really well to come back into the game. And what went wrong, look, we haven't sat down and analysed yet. It's a really massive blow for us as players, as a staff group, as a club. It was something we'd been aspiring to all year, to make it as far as we could in the Westfield FFA Cup. So we're still down. I don't really have a reason why we lost and what we did wrong. We will use this as a real good learning curve for next week with the grand final. It won't allow us to revisit the game. We can't go any further in the FFA Cup this year, but it'll definitely give us some points to not get it wrong next week.
Well, going back a little bit further, when you think about and looking at the round of 32, it was a win over Tasmanian side Olympia FC, as well as an interstate trip. And interstate trips are highly sought after. Yeah. So how was the trip? How was the experience? How was it all?
Yep, so this is a better FFA Cup story to talk about.
And you're upbeat already. So
this one's more exciting.
So let's talk about this one.
Not worry about the round of 16, that's done. That was awesome, and so you're right, it is a highly sought after trip. Everyone wants an away trip, and at this level it doesn't happen. I've been lucky enough to be in many season trips, but that was awesome for us. We got there the morning of the game, and we were able to go for a team walk. We had something to eat, we got to the hotel, we had a bit of a rest. But then the moment we got to the ground, it was really well done, and credit to the FFA. Everything was professional. We got off the bus, mobile phones in a box, accreditation passes, you got them or you can't get in. Right. Someone escorted us to the dressing room. So at that sense, the whole team was like, this is real. This is real. This is professional football. Yeah. So we're not professional, but this is as close as you're going to get to it. And the buzz there, we took into the game, we were very well prepared. We knew what their strengths were, who their better players were through some scouting tips we had along the way. And we took it to them, and we had an early goal, then we got an early penalty, and then we ran from it through there. So the prep for that was fantastic. The experiences were something we will all live with.
And those memories stay with you. And you'll be representing New South Wales in the upcoming NPL in the finals series against Adelaide City. Will this also be another interstate trip? And what do these games mean to you?
Yeah, so that's exciting. That's the week after the grand final. So our focus isn't there yet. But once we get through the grand final, and hopefully that'll be a great story to talk about as well, we'll focus on that and we'll say, wow, that's going to be fun, because we get to stay there for a couple of nights.
So you are going to Adelaide? So
yeah,
another interstate trip.
We're going across to Adelaide, and that'll be awesome.
Right.
And I think we'll be excited, but we haven't thought about it yet. Our prize has been, our eye on the prize has been 2 nights ago. Yeah. And then now it's for next Sunday.
Go on. Well, Franco, you've been around for a number of years, and one could say somewhat of a legend in the NPL New South Wales men's competition. How long have you been around, and can you share with us some of your fond memories?
Okay, so in the NPL, this will be my end of the 11th season, and the whole time with Apia.
Okay. So yes, we do have a prop here. Tell me about this.
So this is just, this is from the early 90s. So I was going to wear it underneath and have a little joke saying, I even bleed maroon and blue. But it's a bit corny, so I didn't.
You did it anyway.
But that would look like it would look like a mesh of maroon and blue. But
so this one's from when? Circa what?
Early 90s.
No, 90s.
And the Socceroos had the same thing, but in a green and gold.
Okay.
It didn't look as cool. This is really cool. I could wear this in Surrey Hills and Newtown, cool. and I'd be the dude. So I do love this. I do wear it when we do the one round of the comp. That's retro weekend.
Okay.
So, and that's what I wear for the warm up and after the game, and that's perfect. So I love that concept. Keep doing
retro
that.
Retro weekend.
Yeah.
When's that? How often?
We did it around 11 or 12 this year.
Good one.
So that's once a year. I think it's been in play for about 4 years now.
Oh, good one.
And it's really good.
And you said you've been. So this is your 11th. Season.
Yeah.
11 seasons. So tell us more. So this is obviously something that's a bit of a memorabilia for you. What are some other fond memories?
Yeah, so for me, what I've seen happen at Apia, and I'm fortunate I also played my youth days, I've seen the club progress. I've also seen Leichhardt as an area progress. So for me, the fond memory is it doesn't stop on the soccer field, it goes further. So the ground has been redone. It used to be amazing grass, then it used to be terrible non-grass dirt, and that was a fun period as a player to play on dirt, trying to find the grass, and if you did, you actually preferred the dirt than the grass because it was so uneven. And they were all in the periods where the club was working really, really hard to redo everything, and they did. We've had an artificial turf now for 3 seasons, and it is world-class facility. The dressing rooms, the stadium, it's really impressive. So I've seen the club go from those things.
You said grown.
Yeah.
Any funny moments that you can think of, or funny memories that kind of really stick out?
Yeah, Brett Studman is I think he's still playing. I think he'll be back next year playing the NPL. One of the best defenders in the NPL, and we were playing a game at Lambert Park in this dirt period.
Okay.
I was playing for Apia, he was playing for Sydney Olympic. They were doing really well at the time, so Brett was part of that. He's always been in a winning team, Brett. And a throw-in came in, and it's bounced right in front of me, and it's bounced in a way that I couldn't react. It's just gone away from me. And Brett stopped the game. He just turned around and goes, if Franco Parisi is having trouble controlling the ball, then we're all...
Beep.
So that for me was a memory that I will never forget about the ground, because then the following year we had the artificial turf, and then football became a lot better. And people that get out to Lambert Park, it's really good football, especially when we play overnight. The intensity is good, the passing is slick, these balls are fantastic. We just see great football, and it's all down to the work the club has put in. So I've seen the club really grow, and a big part of it's been the ground. The best memories for me are the playing group. So I've made so many friends along the way. I remember the guys I played the first year. There was Michael Galuzzo, Buddy Farah, Ian King, these sort of guys. Up until recently, people like Blake Powell, remember him really well. And now the group this year, I'll definitely have amazing memories with these guys. So for me, that's the biggest thing. Whilst I've seen the club grow and it's really close to my heart, personal experience and bonding with players
is what you really take away.
Is what I take away at the NPL level.
And you've played overseas. Where have you played?
Yeah, so I was lucky enough from 16 to 23, I was in and out of Australia playing professionally. I played in Holland, Italy, England, Switzerland.
This was over a course of how many years?
About 7 years.
Right, and which one really stood out for you? Is there a country that really stood out for you?
For me, Netherlands, Holland was the best. I was 17 at the time, and they were really technically impressive, and that for me was really good because it tapped into my football and where I did really well. So my first year in Netherlands, I got a lot of interest from other clubs because it was very technical based football, and I still think the Netherlands have a really good youth setup, something that others could learn from, and I think the Australian setup's getting there, but we could learn from their setup.
So you'd probably recommend to anyone young out there, to the youth and looking to play overseas, if there's an opportunity, take it, huh?
Definitely.
All right, looking ahead to this weekend, and I know you mentioned that it's Manly, Rockdale, we'll see, but I'm going to put it to you again. Any tips on the winner and your likely opponent come this weekend, Rockdale City Suns or Manly United? Or are you still going to go whichever one goes?
Yeah, for us, we don't mind. We want to... No, I really mean that.
I know.
Because we're confident, and we know that if we prepare well and do what we do best and remain humble, then we'll be okay.
And the big one, grand final, how preparation's going? You've got a full squad. Feeling good? Any injury concerns?
No, great.
Good to go?
Everyone's ready to go. Can't wait to make up for Tuesday night and to win the title.
Oh, Franco, it's exciting. It's
Yes,
exciting.
very
Well,
exciting.
usual tradition, we can't let you go without shout outs here on the NPL Live Show. So anybody you'd like to say hello to or send a message to, it's all yours.
Okay. I really want to do a shout out to everyone that watches and supports this show. I really mean it. It's come a long way. Like we discussed earlier, the following and the access to social media has made this level of football much more reputable, much more enjoyable. So everyone that supports this, shout out to you. Well done. Keep following, and I understand it's only going to get better. So, and also a shout out to Loopy Photography. Loopy, I know you follow this, you follow everything. Well done, mate. You're awesome. We love having you at the games, and keep up the good work.
We haven't done this before,
Yeah.
but I'm going to do a little bit of a shout out to you on the NPL Live Show. A bit of a long-serving fan of Apia.
Yep.
And I received a lovely, lovely message that's worth sharing from a Sam Tripoloni.
Yes.
And does that ring up? Do you know
Yeah,
Sam?
love Sam. Great
All right.
supporter.
And so Sam says, "Good evening, Sirine. How are you?" He praises the show, loves it. So thank you, Sam. And he tells me a bit about himself. He says, "I was born at Camperdown, Sydney, of Italian parents. As a young boy dad myself, and around 20 of Dad's friends every week, without fail, would travel on a train together to go and watch Apia from 1960.
Wow.
Yes." 1960. Big crowds every week, home and also away. The gates many times would close by 1 p.m. I've watched Apia since 1960 and have been to over 3,692 games all around Australia. When they have played, I would also go and watch some other games if I had the time, check the opposition, etc., and enjoy myself. I live at Yaguna, so it's very central, to the football games. I could write a novel, but I won't go on much more than that. Very sweet. Then to say soccer's going very well in this country and we should all be proud." Thank you, Sam.
That's awesome. Well done,
Thank
Sam.
you.
That's beautiful
Franco,
words.
good luck. Good luck this
Thank you so
next weekend,
Sweet.
and good luck for the rest of it. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming in again.
Pleasure.
The preliminary final will take place 5 p.m. this Saturday, where Manly United and the Rockdale City Suns go head-to-head for a spot in the grand final. Make sure you catch all the action at Cromer Park or stream it live on the NPL New South Wales Facebook page. That's it from us tonight. Next week on the NPL Live Show, I will be announcing Team of the Year, so you won't want to miss that. Thank you again to our guest, Franco Parisi from the Apia Leichhardt Tigers. Thank you for your company. I'm Sirine Demachkie, and I'll catch you next week.